Welcome back, Metas. What if the game you've been playing suddenly decided it wasn't done messing with you? Because Once Human is about to drop a massive update on March 26th, and if you thought Nalcon was already dangerous enough, buckle up. Things are about to get a whole lot stranger, darker, and a whole lot weirder. 2 brand new enemies are arriving, and these aren't reskins or stat-inflated versions of things you've already fought. These creatures have unique behaviors, unique threat profiles, and unique ways to ruin your day. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what's coming, what to watch out for, and why the ocean now wants to bite your head. If you've spent any time in Nalcon, you already know it's not a friendly place. Stardust has twisted the world into something almost unrecognizable, and reconnaissance teams have been reporting strange phenomena deep within the region. Sightings of unknown creatures are increasing, and the developers have confirmed these new threats will appear after the March 26 update. They're lurking in 2 places specifically, the forests and the deep sea. Let's start with the one that proves the forest is actively gaslighting you. Meet the Morphic Tree. When you hear tree enemy, your brain probably imagines something slow, lumbering, and easy to avoid. But no, the Morphic Tree is one of the most psychologically disturbing enemies the devs have introduced so far. As Stardust spreads across Nalcon, many trees have undergone a little deviation of their own, gaining human-like traits. They're weak in direct combat, but that's not the problem. The problem is that they're masters of disguise. They look like normal trees until you chop them, and by then, it might already be too late. According to the devlog, Morphic Trees use Stardust to induce both oral and visual hallucinations in nearby organisms. That means your senses, the things you rely on to survive, will be actively working against you. You might hear things that aren't there, see things that don't exist, and while you're confused, the Morphic Tree is doing something far worse. Prolonged exposure transformed the victims into one of them. The Morphic Tree's upper body is made of wire-like branches forming a face, while the lower body remains a normal trunk. The whole thing resembles a human waving its arms. It doesn't move, it doesn't chase you, it just stands there dispersing stardust waiting for you to lose your grip on reality. But the real danger isn't the tree itself, it's the grove. Morphic Trees corrupt surrounding trees for forming what the devs call a grove, a hunting ground disguised as a normal forest. Inside the grove, every tree you chop worsens your hallucinations. The hallucinations show humanoid shapes, pointing towards the real Morphic Tree. And if you chop too many trees without finding it, you become a part of the grove forever. Well, if you do manage to find and defeat the Morphic Tree, the entire grove collapses. You get a massive amount of wood and some special rewards, and the devs describe it as a highly efficient way to gather wood. But they also strongly recommend a risk assessment. Translation: it's profitable, but you might scream. Now, let's leave the forest and head somewhere even worse, the deep sea. Because Stardust didn't stop at the land. It seeped into the ocean. And the result is the creature that kind of looks adorable until it tries to bite your head. Meet the sea rabbit. Everything I'm about to say comes directly from the dev blog, so no exaggeration is needed. Sea rabbits are shaped like kiwi fruits. They're gray and white, and they have 3 pairs of fins. They have rabbit ear-like protrusions, and they have a hair-like mouth. And their tail has been replaced with a propeller-type organ. So, imagine a kiwi fruit with ears, a propeller butt, and the attitude of a small dog that thinks it owns the neighborhood. Sea rabbits retain the habit of their original organism, so when relaxed, they move slowly and forage along the seabed. They appear docile, but if an enemy approaches, they instantly shift into an aggressive form bearing razor-sharp teeth and a visually complex oral cavity. They go from silly little guy to underwater dentist from hell. Now, here's where things get even better. According to the dev blog, sea rabbits have poor eyesight and almost no sense of hearing. They often cannot detect nearby enemies at all. They're basically underwater Roombas. But if you provoke one, it will lunge at you, bite your head, and refuse to let go. Now, the bite itself is relatively harmless, but the sea rabbit injects a special toxin that causes the victim to lose their bearings and move in the opposite direction of their intention. Yes, it reverses your controls. The sea rabbit is literally an underwater chaos gremlin. There are only 3 ways to escape. Leave seawater, expose the sea rabbit to high temperatures, or have a teammate remove it. All of this is explicitly confirmed in the dev blog. So, what should you do to prepare for March 26th? Well, if you spend a lot of time in forests, pay attention to anything that feels off. Hallucinations mean you're in a grove. If you explore underwater, understand that the sea now contains kiwi-shaped headbiters with propeller butts. And if you play with the team, communicate. If you spot a morphic tree or a sea rabbit, call it out. March 26th is coming fast, and Nalcon's about to get stranger, darker, and more dangerous than ever before, and honestly, that's exactly what makes this game worth coming back to. Drop a comment below telling me which new enemy you think is going to cause more chaos for you personally. My money is still on the Morphic Tree because hallucinations in a survival game are just rude. If you want to stay updated on everything coming to Once Human, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single update. See you in Nalcon.